In conclusion of our Poverty and Inequality Unit, and as part of our ongoing efforts to reach out to better our community, our Connect students researched poverty in Egypt, created awareness posters, and then raised funds for our blanket distribution program in the impoverished neighborhood of Ras Soda here in Alexandria.
There were dogs in the streets, garbage everywhere, horses, not actually horses, there were ponies, some dead on the floor, some hardly breathing. There were kids at a really young age, like maybe less than 5 or something. They were walking in the streets playing.
So when we went to Ras Soda, their only transportation was like horses, and one person had a tuk-tuk to move from one place to another.
How they play in the street, they don't have enough money to afford the games and clothes we wear.
Live all of them in one room, and maybe the roof is even broken down.
And when the roof is broken down, maybe like in winter, maybe rain falls, and then like they get cold and they don't have money to afford the blankets and stuff.
Our local partner, a wonderful company called Transformational Textiles, which produces high-quality blankets from scraps of fabric, informed us that a Canadian donor had agreed to match our funds if we were able to sell 400 blankets, which at a cost of $7 per blanket adds up to about $2,800. Our students jumped to action, raising money for 350 of them, and cause and effect, Carter Sensei's nonprofit organization chipped in the remaining $350, assuring that 800 of Ras Soda's needy residents would receive the warmth of a blanket, which can be a lifesaver due to the cold nights and roofless shelters many of these people face. And as you can see from these tears of joy, the students' generosity was very warmly received.
Reacted, they're very happy. They thought it was like a gift from God.
But little did we know, right in our midst, there was more need to be addressed. This is Hamis, and he's one of the gentlemen that is helped with this organization. And the problem is that he's sick. He's got a problem with his virus that I think is affected his kidney.
I think most of you know virus C. Have you heard about virus C? A virus in the kidney.
The problem is that he can't afford his medicine. He has a prescription here from the doctor. Okay, I think he has asthma maybe. So this is the prescription from the doctor that told him, okay, you have virus C, you have to go get this medicine. Okay, or else you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So the only problem is he can't afford the medicine. Okay, it's 380 pounds. The students decided they definitely wanted to give the $55 that Hamiz needed for his medicine.
So our school, Mr. Carter, we donated to him 400 pounds from our blankets, money to give to him, and then he was crying from happiness, and his wife took one of the blankets, and they were really happy.
Wonderful. So how did that make you feel to be a part of that?
It made me feel actually happy and sad at the same time to see this is not the only person that's suffering from that thing. There are millions of people out there, not only in Ras Soda, but everywhere around the world.
I love when we can connect business with the next generation. And that's exactly what happened. We, at Transformational Textiles, we had an opportunity to utilize fleece and leftover fabric to make into blankets. And then in a combination of passing the baton to the next generation of going, oh my goodness, we can get this. We went into a local community and we gave out the blankets. Pretty simple formula, and yet the ramifications and the ripple effect are already are continuing to ripple and to resound back to us. The local NGO that we worked with over Christmas, they just said that platform into the community was such a boost, was such a help, and the people were so grateful. I was excited to be with your kids and watch with fresh eyes as it's almost like they're getting a hit of going, I can make impact, and I'm only 13 years old, or I'm only 11 years old, and that's the exciting part, and that's why I wake up in the morning.
Many thanks to the Starkeys at Transformation Textiles, and it's wonderful, as she said, to be able to take this kind of work that Cause and Effect has been doing for so many years and help integrate it into a school setting like this and see the students start to realize that this kind of work is not just for someone that they might see on the news or whatever, that it's something that they can do themselves if they just kind of learn what needs to be done.
Can I share a story?
Please.
So I was with group 2, and we were up and we gave out a blanket, and I don't know, the man that was there, he wasn't expecting a blanket, or maybe he didn't believe that he's going to get a blanket, and he literally broke down in tears just receiving this blanket. And what I loved most was watching your class, in terms of it wasn't like a but they gathered around him and seeing these rich kids not just throw that all down and just holding him, and just the breaking down of barriers. And it was exciting to just watch those kids radiate and realizing it was because of them there that day that this man was impacted. And that's what I love. When we talk about seeds, when we talk about cause and effect, it totally rocked that man's world to receive that blanket. But for the one boy that stood and held his arm, you could see the transformation just transcend him, and you know that impact, that cause and effect, I can only imagine what that boy is going to grow up and become.